Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Karma Delight back with another video, and I am so happy, you guys. I'm so happy because I finaled out today, which means I cleared the installation. I cleared my unit. Okay, I'm done. I did that this morning and I was really excited because I was like, this is really it. Like, this is what I've been waiting for this whole time. And it's finally come to an end. I had received my ETS award, which is basically an RCOM, and my unit was so sweet. They gave me this, and then they also gave me this award. I felt so special, and just grateful. I got this too. Because honestly, I haven't been here for that long, but they kind of like took me under their wing for the short time I was here. So I'm thankful for that. And they've been really understanding like throughout this whole process of me having appointments all the time and doing all of my med board stuff. They've been amazing. So I'm very thankful for this unit. So I did want to do a video about, and it sounds like a common sense type of topic, but whether or not when you're ETSing, should you take terminal leave or should you sell your days? So I came up with a cute little chart on my notes. And I just want to do this video because I think it's really important, because when I was deciding whether or not I should sell my leave days or if I should take the leave, I had to do a lot of research. And so I wanted to do like a one-stop shop type of thing, so you can weigh your benefits about whether you should sell them, whether you should take them, whether you should do the combination of both. You can sell them and take leave days. So let's get started. And make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel. I have to say that really quick. And watch my other videos if you are going through the MEB process, because I did my best, okay, to show my whole timeline and stuff. But of course, if you have questions, just leave them in the comments or just reach out to me on my social medias. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's talk about all of the benefits of actually using your leave days for terminal leave instead of selling them. So I'm going into my notes here. So a huge benefit, and you might not care about it, but you are still covered with active duty TRICARE. You still have the highest level of TRICARE, okay? So you can be on leave and get sick or break something like a bone or whatever, and you'll still be fully covered. That's a huge thing. And I think it's a nice benefit too, because you're not actively working, but you're still covered medically. Another thing is it's much less taxed than if you were to not use your leave days and just sell them, because you're still getting paid normal paychecks while you're on terminal leave, and it's just gonna be same as usual, unless you're like me and you live in the barracks and you get cleared from the barracks. You actually get BAH while you're on terminal leave, so that's a huge thing for me and other single soldiers too, because yeah, you don't have government quarters anymore, so you start getting that monthly housing allowance, and that is nice. You don't get the monthly housing allowance if you were to sell your leave days. Another huge benefit is, and this is a huge thing, okay, they get the time to actually think about what they want to major in college, where they want to buy their house, if they want to buy a house, where they want to permanently move to, job wise, like where exactly do they see themselves working, do they have to relocate. All of that you get to decide while you're on terminal leave. And a lot of the times people will be like, oh, you should have decided that sooner, but I feel like you don't have to rush, and terminal leave gives you that nice time frame to just take a step back from all the military stuff going on and just have that time to yourself to evaluate, like, okay, what job do I want to have? Where do I want this job to be at? What state? Like, what am I passionate about? Like, you don't even have to do college. You could go to flight school if you wanted to. You could do anything. You could do internships. And that's why terminal leave is so like valuable, and I think it should be used if you are still iffy about what you want to do. Now, me, I already know what I'm doing, but I'm just saying in general, it's good for that. Also, another thing, technically you work much less. So I'll use me for an example. My terminal leave starts tomorrow, which is Saturday, so the 30th, and I'm on active duty still until June 19th. So during this gap, if I were to not use my terminal leave days, I would work all the way until June 19th. Whereas if I use my terminal leave, I could be off and on vacation until my end of duty active service is done. I don't have to go to work after the end of terminal leave, and I don't, like, I'm done. Like, from the 30th of April till June 19th, that's my time. But if I were to sell my days, I would still have to work all the way until June 19th, and who wants to do that, honestly? And that's if you only were to sell your days. Another thing, this is one of the cons to using your leave instead of selling your terminal leave. You have to wait to activate certain benefits. So you still can, if you're going to school, you can still use your GI Bill, but the only thing about using your GI Bill is you won't get that monthly housing, because you're still getting, you can't double dip. You can't get monthly housing from the VA while you're still getting monthly housing from being active duty. And also a huge thing, if you are, you know, disabled, like getting VA benefits, you have to wait to get your compensation on your last active duty. So since you're still on active duty, you're not going to get any type of money from the VA off of your disabilities because you're still on active duty orders. So for me, June 19th is my last day of active duty, so I should start receiving my VA benefits in regards to compensation, financial wise, at least a month or so after. I won't get it while I'm on terminal leave, and that's a huge factor to consider because you're still active duty. So selling your leave days is, some people, I don't know, some people just want to sell them and they just want to work until the end of their active duty date, but it's still an option. For me, I did the combination of the two. I sold and I'm using leave days because I have 90 something days, okay? So I'm selling, I believe, 47 and I'm using 51. So it worked out for me because I have too many, like my total amount of leave days would have overflowed my active duty service time, like the end of it, so I would have to sell it anyway. So I did the combination. So one of the pros of that is if you have a job opportunity and you want to just start working right away, then it's good for that because you're not a soldier anymore. You can just do what you want. You could just fulfill your duties as a civilian for that job. You're still considered a soldier. You could still work full-time while being on terminal leave, but I mean, if you want us to take that time back and just take a breath for once without being told what to do, it's like, okay, you should use your leave days. So having that freedom is really nice. And also, you know, we're all adults. If you wanted to be done and not be a soldier anymore and smoke weed and do whatever the heck, I don't know what people do nowadays, then you can sell your leave days and just not be a soldier. You could just be done. But again, it's like, and that's the next reason you don't get as much money, because if you sell your leave days, you do not get your BAH or your BAS. So you don't get housing and you don't get your separate rations, which is basically your groceries. It's reduced, it's taken out completely, and you only get your base pay. And your base pay isn't that much if you look at your base pay without the additional compensation of getting government money for the housing and the groceries and whatever else extra compensation you're getting on your LES. So that's a huge thing. And you can only sell up to 60 days of your terminal leave. So if you're like me and you have 90 days, you're gonna waste 30 days. And it's just gonna go in the garbage. But it's like, why not just do the combination of using and selling your leave days? If you have to, of course. But yeah, that's basically what it is. If you want to sell your leave days, you can, but just realize you're gonna have to work until your last day of active duty, and then you're also going to sell your leave days without the pay, the additional monthly housing, and the BAS. And if you use them, you can take a step back, recollect yourself, decide what you want to do while still being paid active duty, having the same benefits of TRICARE and everything else, while still, you know, figuring your life out and transitioning more smoothly. You know, you can just take your time. So that's basically the video. I hope it helped, and honestly, if I were you, I would just use my leave days. There's way more benefits to using your leave days, less taxed, you know. You can just take a break, breathe, transition much more smoothly, and I think that will definitely that'll help you guys out. So if you like this video or if you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments or reach out to me on my social medias. And I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.